everyone, Meg Loves Games here, and welcome to another speed build. This is speed build number 18 in The Sims 4, and I did this build as a little challenge. Farrah Mouse over on her channel does a little monthly series called Get Your Build Mode On, where she gets members of her community to do little building challenges, and I joined in with this one, and the theme was making basement lots. So I kind of came up with this idea of doing an abandoned metro station as a thing. So this is basically the lot that came about because of it. It was extremely challenging. I will tell you that right now. It was so challenging to try and get the style that I envisioned, because I'm not very good at building anything, let alone the style I wanted, which was steampunk. I kind of like the idea of having this whole kind of steampunky house kind of above this abandoned metro station. I don't know, it struck me as an interesting idea. So yeah, that's how this kind of came about. And yeah, in the end, I think it turned out really well. I think because I didn't know what to do and how to do it properly, I kind of spent a long time kind of perfecting it and adding lots of detail, which I need to do in all my builds, really, because come on, detail is important. But sometimes when you have houses or styles that you're kind of used to, you kind of go easy on it a bit, I guess. But this one definitely was a big change, and in the end I like the way it turned out. But yeah, definitely a lot of detail. So yeah, at the moment we're working on the actual station part of it. It's all underground. There's 2 levels of basement. The top layer has a little busking spot, as well as the entrance from the ground into the metro station. There's a couple of maps everywhere, all that kind of stuff, and then you kind of go down into the actual platform. So yeah, that's how that works. And yeah, I don't know why there was grass over the top of that, so we got rid of that straight away. And yeah, it's interesting. I decided to use those kind of window covers to kind of cover up the station a little bit, and wrapped it with some half walls, because half walls are fantastic, and I'm so glad they're part of the game now, you know. So yeah, and you can kind of see the basis of what's going on with the whole house now. It's starting to take shape. I was trying to find some kind of wallpapers that looked like they fit the theme of steampunk. It's probably going to be a lot easier once Get Together comes out, but Get Together wasn't even announced when I made this, I don't think. So yeah, but I mean, the European style that I think is going to be apparent in Get Together could work really well for more steampunk based houses. But for now, I went with the some lovely metal panels that came with Get to Work, and some lovely dark brown bricks. I was gonna tie in some blue because I don't know, I've seen a lot of steampunk builds, if they're gonna use colour, use a pastel blue. This is in things like Minecraft as well as Sims. Steampunk obviously is kind of fictional. I mean, there's elements of it in real life. I mean, all Victorian buildings are where the inspiration for the architecture kind of drew from, but a lot of the theme and stuff is very fictional. But yeah, I kind of I went with loads of little turrets. They're not even turrets, that's not what I meant. Little outcroppings is probably better. I used little balconies as well underneath for support, and just added a lot of support in as well, because they have kind of this kind of almost topsy-turvy kind of shape to them, which is very interesting and kind of fun to experiment with. The roof does change. I originally wanted it to have 3 levels, but it ended up only having 2 because it just couldn't get the roofing right on the 3rd level, so I just got rid of it. And here I'm adding another little outcropping in because I don't know, it just added to the shape, all that kind of stuff. Added in those little balconies again for support. I really do like the way they work. I think it kind of makes the outcroppings kind of fit a little better, if that makes sense, in the build itself. And just adding in window boxes. Window boxes are kind of important. It just kind of adds a little bit of whimsy to the entire build, which is kind of what I was going for, I suppose. Just window boxes are fantastic. The entire time, if you see me like taking loads of photos of it, I was actually on Skype to Faramouse at the time. We were chatting while I was building this, so yeah, I kept like sending pictures her way. I was like, this is what I'm doing for your challenge, tell me it's good please, it's something I've never done before, kind of thing. And luckily she liked it. It probably would look completely different if she didn't, because I don't know, when I'm on Skype with her we kind of help each other out, which is really nice, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, window boxes are us again. I don't know, I just like the way the window boxes kind of fit with the style. I started adding these vents for detail because, I don't know, just the more detail in these things, the better. Because steampunk is all about, like, heavy machinery meets the Victorian era. And there's not really much in terms of heavy machinery that you can put on the outside of a build, so I was trying to add little things that would like add to the build in a sense, like just little details and stuff that would work. And I mean, I added those chimneys. I think those chimneys are absolutely adorable. I think it makes the house look really cute. I mean, I'm actually really pleased with the way it turned out in a sense of I think it does look cute and such. So yeah, I kind of added those steel beams in because it added to the whole slightly industrial feel that steampunk has, to me at least. Obviously steampunk is kind of interpretive because like it does have fictional origins and such, so you can kind of interpret it however you want. But yeah, that's basically what the outside looks like in the end. So yeah, I'm really happy with the way that turned out, and now I'm just kind of working on the floor plan, which is actually kind of cozy and not very spacious. But we managed to fit in all the ample, we added all the rooms that we need to. It's a kitchen, a living room, a dining room, 3 bedrooms and a bathroom, so reasonable fit there. And yeah, what I'm trying to do at the moment actually is I like the idea of, like in London Underground, there's it's kind of the tunnel is always arched, and it was like the platform opens out from the arch, and I wanted to try and get that to work in here, but obviously you can't do everything that you want to do in life on The Sims, so yeah. But I added a little underground sign to a lamppost, which was adorable. And then I added these little grates from Perfect Patio. They don't stay that bright. I do change them in a moment, but I think they added to the whole look of the thing. They ended up kind of matching the metal that's on the walls, and I don't know, I feel like it worked out really nicely, and I'm gonna keep saying that about a lot of this build. Because it worked out really nicely, and it was all a massive experiment, and what didn't work in here I can take forward and learn from, and what did work here I can take forward and learn from. And you'll probably see a few more of these style builds from me in the future. Not necessarily the near future. I've got a couple of builds that I'm working on at the moment which aren't really necessarily steampunk themed or anything like that. So yeah, but now I'm just kind of adding in some details to the station. I use these maps as little like underground maps because, you know, they need maps in a metro station. You kind of need to know where you're going, and etc, etc. But yeah, I decided that this space could be a nice little busking spot, because if you've ever been to London and been on the Underground, they have designated spots for buskers and things like that, so I thought that was a nice little idea for that one. So what I'm working on here is just like all the doors and stuff, which is kind of boring. There's not so many choices when it comes to doors and stuff like that, but I kind of went with the dark wood theme throughout all of this. I feel like because the windows and all like the little accents were all kind of in a darker wood, it kind of fitted. And as you can see there was kind of weird glitches in the flooring, and that's because of those little balcony boxes that I'd been using as like supports under the outcroppings. They kind of clip through the floor, and it kind of doesn't look fantastic, but in some angles it's not there, and if that doesn't bother you in gameplay, then it's fine. But yeah, now I'm kind of working on the inside. I spotted these rugs, which are actually like industrial grates, so I just kind of was like, they're going on the platform right now, and then I carried on. The design in here is kind of, I wouldn't say it's simplistic. There's a lot of kind of industrial feel inside, which I guess is kind of what you'd expect. I kind of did the best I can with what I have in the game. Obviously there's probably on the space, in the big space of the internet, there's probably like all sorts of different steampunk themed furniture sets with like all these cogs and all this kind of stuff in there, so that's probably a thing that exists on the internet. But going with what's already in the game, I kind of feel like I got the best out of what I had. So that's the important thing, you know. Yeah, so this kitchen is kind of small, but I feel like the space in the end works out being quite nice. It's quite a long galley style kitchen, but I don't like completely do like wall-to-wall cabinets and stuff. I kind of keep one side a lot more open, but there's also a lot of storage space, because I mean, did you see all those cabinets up there? There is kind of a lot of them, and yeah, but just added in that kind of a little milk urn or whatever it is. I felt like that added a nice little touch to that area, and I think I put a plant in too. I've put a lot of plants in this house, but like, I actually I wouldn't say I've put that many in. I've kind of added them where they were necessary. The dining area is kind of cool. I've actually used the luxury party stuff for once, which is interesting. The chairs there are from luxury party stuff, and I think they work quite well with that dining table actually, and work quite well with the theme. And I stuck that kind of Aladdin-esque kind of rug in there because I don't know, it felt kind of right and stuff. And when I was looking for lights, actually, I was really hoping to find a few more like industrial style lights that weren't like spotlights, because there's a lot of like theatre style lamps and all that kind of stuff, but there's not so much like the factory style lights. There's a few, but one of them is bloody massive and doesn't work with anything with kind of smaller wall heights and whatever, so that's annoying. But yeah, I managed to find some, and they work kind of well, but you know, can't always get what you want. But if you try sometimes, you'll find you get what you need. Lovely bit of journey for you. Anyways, these rooms are coming together pretty well now. They're pretty simplistic. I kind of go with the same sort of style on the walls as I do with the furniture. There's like a paneling style that kind of ends up looking the same as like the furniture. So it works quite nicely. There's a lot of pictures on these walls because they are so tall. It makes it harder to kind of leave them with looking bare, so I end up putting so many in. And yeah, I kind of went with the idea that perhaps upstairs is a bit more customizable, in the sense that different people who've lived here over the years have like changed light fixtures and things like that. And I mean, the bathroom looks completely reworked. But yeah, that was the gist of why some of the bedroom lights are just kind of different and kind of more modern in a sense, but not extremely modern. Kind of kept it somewhat traditional. But yeah, this is the master bedroom. The master bedroom is huge. It's really nice. There's a desk. There's a sofa. There's a bookcase that goes in. You've got a couple of chests of drawers. Nice bit of decoration on the walls. I nearly put the space turkey in. The space turkey is something I need to find a place for in one of my builds. It will look amazing in one of my builds, and I don't know which one, and I don't know when it'll happen, but it'll happen, and when it happens, I want you all to be like, oh my god, you used the space turkey, and I'm not going to mention it when it does happen, so, yeah. I will leave that, guys. I will leave that to you guys, because, you know, I'm amazing like that. This little area here is just like a quick little use of the space. It was that fireplace worked out really nicely, and I just added chairs and stuff that kind of fitted and stuff, and we're basically at the end now. We've got a little bit of landscaping to do, which is mainly trees, and I do stick a little fountain in by the house. I don't know, it just added a little touch to it that I kind of liked, and there's hedges around the station as well, but we also had to make sure that this place was lovely and lit, because come on, people use the subway at night, especially considering the fact that in winter it gets dark around like 4 PM, which is always fun. That's the one thing about winter I do not like. I enjoy winter. Winter is my favourite season of all, apart from the fact that I don't leave uni until it's hella dark outside. But yeah, I shouldn't be moaning about that now. This is about the build. You know what I'm like though. Do love a good natter. But yeah, this is basically what the place looks like in the end. I was gonna do a massive flower patch there, but it didn't work, and there wasn't enough different varieties of like short grass bushes and things like that I could just fit in that space. So I went with this, and here are the photos, and I really like the way the photos turned out as well. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. This was very out of my comfort zone, so it'd be really nice to hear what you thought of it and whether you'd like to see any more of this sort of style build and things like that. So that would be great. But yeah, I do hope you enjoyed it, and the next video I've already got plans, so look forward to that coming your way soon. It should be on Saturday. This one's late because my scheduling mucked up on YouTube, but that's fine. But yeah, thank you guys ever so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to leave a like on it if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to stay up to date with my stuff as usual, the kind of usual spiel. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.